Our relations actually transcend even our strategic partnership, and I believe that our bonding is central to the realization of a dream of a peaceful, prosperous, and progressive South Asia. It is in pursuit of this vision that both sides have made remarkable progress in our relationship, especially since Prime Minister Narendra Modi's assumption of office in May 2014. The significance of our ties with Bangladesh lies in your centrality, Excellency, for our neighborhood first policy and your growing relevance for our Act East policy. We see Bangladesh as a key neighbor and a valued partner not only in South Asia but also in the broader Indo-Pacific region. Every outcome and achievement in our relationship resonates through this region. It is no secret that we cite it to others as an example for emulation. And that is why we are working so hard to expand our relationship in all dimensions, ranging from security, trade, transport and connectivity, culture, people-to-people ties, energy, joint development of our shared resources and defense. Our comfort levels are now so high that we have shown that there is no issue that we cannot discuss and resolve through amicable dialogue. It is a matter of satisfaction that despite the COVID pandemic, our interactions and consultations continued unabated. We have done a virtual summit in December last year, a joint consultative commission which two of us did in September, meetings of foreign secretaries, power secretaries, home secretaries, police chiefs, BSF, BGB, and defense visits. Our commerce, water resources, and shipping secretaries are due to meet soon. This demonstrates the commitment of both sides to progress the relationship. Even the pandemic has actually provided an opportunity to reaffirm our friendship. Bangladesh is the largest recipient of Made in India vaccines. Also among the friendship, our largest gift of vaccines of 2 million, which is really appropriate that it is to Bangladesh. Our recent activities go beyond consultations and gestures, however important they might be. We have made practical progress on the ground, conducting a trial run of container cargo through Chattogram port to Agartala, adding 2 new protocol routes to inland waterways connecting Tripura to your national waterways, handing over 10 BG locomotives, commencing movement of container and parcel trains, and forming a JV in the energy sector. These are but some recent examples. I would also like to express our admiration and pride as your closest neighbor and friend at Bangladesh's graduation from LDC status. It is truly a tribute to your miraculous socio-economic progress and a reflection of the statesmanship and leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Let me conclude by wishing all our friends in Bangladesh the very best as you mark key anniversaries. May all your dreams come true, and I can assure you that India will always be there by your side as a reliable friend. Your marching contingent at our Republic Day parade this January 26th may have been a reaffirmation of our shared history. But I can also say that it is an expression of our deep solidarity that will always guide this relationship. I thank you for your attention.
Yes, let him ask a question. After him? Get a microphone. Get a microphone.
Excellency, my name is Rezaul Karim. I work for the Daily Sun. My question is, what is the purpose of your visit, and will there be any breakthrough from this visit?
Well, as my statement partially conveyed, there were many purposes for this visit. You are in the midst of marking important celebrations and anniversaries, and as your closest neighbor, friend, well-wisher, for me it is a privilege to in some way be present here amongst you. This is also a difficult time for all of us because of COVID. Again, for us it was important that we are partnering you in both your health and economic recovery. As I said, the largest number of vaccines so far to any foreign country shipped out by India, 9 million, has been to Bangladesh. But I'm also here to prepare for the Prime Minister's visit. Prime Minister, many of you would remember his last visit. This is surely a very, I would say, a definitive, something very transformational in our relationship. So it's important as foreign ministers, the two of us took stock of our relationship, asked our teams to address various issues which are still being worked out. We also reviewed a lot of the progress in the relationship, and I can tell you, to me, when I look at India-Bangladesh ties, I see enormous possibilities. I see economic possibilities, I see huge connectivity possibilities, I see a lot of people-to-people possibilities. So you can say in a way, the idea is to both be with friends, underline the importance and do preparations.
Thank you. My name is Nurul Islam Hasib. I work with Bangladesh Post newspaper. My question is, in 50 years, if we look back, we see historic 1971, excellent last 10 years, and fantastic pandemic year when it comes to bilateral relations. But still, border killing is a big question here in Bangladesh. So what is the reason? What do you think? What measures India is taking?
Look, first of all, I'm so glad you prefaced it by recognizing the relationship has been so good. Now, you spoke about what you call border killings. Actually, many of the deaths are fairly deep inside India. Okay. So we discussed it, the minister and I, as neighbors and friends should. And I think what we agreed is, look, every death is regrettable. But we also asked to ask ourselves, why is there a problem? And we know the problem. The problem is because of crime. So our shared objective should be a no crime, no death border. And I'm sure if we can get it right, no crime, no death, I'm sure we can together address this problem effectively.
Excellency, my name is Nishu. I am working for Jamuna TV. My question is regarding water sharing. Can you please hear me? Yeah. Any discussion about water sharing of our common rivers, especially Six River discussion is going on. And Tista is a big issue for Bangladeshi people all time. So can you tell us any appropriate time frame or information about Tista?
No, we did discuss it. We have a meeting of our Water Resources Secretary very soon. So I'm sure they will be discussing it further. I think you all know the Government of India's position. That position has not changed.
Excellency, my name is Rahid Azaz. I represent Prothomalo. In your opening statement, you mentioned that over the last 1 decade or so, the relationship is transformational and there is a lot of huge potentiality. Since we are embarking on the 50th anniversary of our diplomatic ties and Bangladesh is going to celebrate its independence of 5 decades. So can you focus on what lying ahead when the two countries embark into new stage of our relationship, or any particular new area that you are going to cooperate with Bangladesh?
Well, I can speak for myself, but I think I'm sure the minister shares.
Minister will say
I'm sure he shares that view. Look, if I were to, first of all, let me say, there is no domain where we are not working today. I mean, our relationship is really 360 every part of human activity in some form we are doing something. And the more we do, the more possibilities open up. If you ask me, okay, 50 years, first 50 years are over, think for maybe not 50 years, next 20 years. I would say most of all, let us look at connectivity. Because, the minister today shared with me something the Prime Minister said, which really impressed me. She said, her quote was, connectivity is productivity. Okay. If we can get connectivity right between India and Bangladesh, I can tell you the entire, logistics, the whole geo-economics of the region will change. Bay of Bengal will look very different. And so, to me, in fact, both of us, I think, believe that this is possible. Today we spent a lot of our conversation was on this very specific subject. We actually feel we should even involve third countries. We talked about Japan as a possibility because both of us have very good relations with Japan, and Japan is involved in connectivity projects in the Bay of Bengal. So I would pick connectivity as a big goal. The second, I would say, to me would be the human aspect of it. People to people, education, health, culture, because at the end of the day, relationship between countries are relationship between peoples. And I think at a popular level, our connect is so deep. Sometimes we let politics come in the way. I think we should have a much more people-led relationship, and I'm very convinced that that would actually give an additional impetus to our cooperation.